So we are doing an interview right now with Kelli Shirley with Pooch Scoops Dog Waste Removal. She is part of the Poop Scoop Millionaire community, and I am just so blown away by the success that you have had in your business. So I wanted to highlight you. So thank you so much for chatting with me today, Kelli.
Yeah, of course. So
Yeah,
exciting.
I
Excited to be
appreciate
here.
it. Yeah, it's so part of the Poop Scoop Millionaire community. I peruse through the comments, and I seen that you had posted in the bragging rights, which I think it's really important for us to celebrate our successes. I think as entrepreneurs, we hit a success, we hit a milestone, we keep it moving, and we don't celebrate it. And so I'm really glad that you posted that. You were able to get 100 customers already. So for the people that don't know who you are and they're not too familiar with the community, can you tell us a little bit about the business, when you got started?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, PSM family. My name's Kelli Shirey. I'm the co-owner of Pooch Scoop. We're located in Columbus, Ohio. We officially opened our doors on January 1st this year, and it's really been kind of a wild ride ever since. We were able to hit 100 customers in our first 78 days that we were open, really just by following the PSM courses. They lay it out step by step, really following everything step by step, engaging in the forums, engaging in the live calls, just trying to soak up as much information as we can. With over 800 members on the forum, there's essentially any question you could ever want to know. There's an answer to it out there from the other members of the group. So, yeah, really excited for what we've been able to accomplish so far.
Yeah, can you remind us what state are you located in?
We're in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. And so as of today, you said January 1st?
Hmm.
Okay. The day of this recording is April 11th. If you don't mind, how many customers do you have to date?
Yeah, we have 110 at this.
110.
Yep. So we've done some increasing and decreasing. We've been doing some route optimization. So we've let 15 customers go with other local scoopers that we've given them to them because it allows us to optimize better, run our routes more efficiently. But we're at 110 active weekly subscribers as of today.
Okay. And if you don't mind sharing, because you know the listeners and viewers love numbers, what's your average monthly revenue at right now?
We're just a little over 10,000.
Ah, I love that. Okay, so
Yeah, it's exciting.
let's circle back. So you said that you already decided to let some customers go. That's huge that you were able to figure that out right away. So kind of talk about how you guys made the decision to let those customers go.
Yeah, so when we first opened, we casted a pretty wide net around the city of Columbus. And in Columbus, it's basically like a loop, a circle is 270, which is the main area. So we started filling up like literally like a rainbow around the loop where we're right in the top. So I don't know if this makes sense to other people, but so we started getting people over here, like up here, way over here, way down low. So as we started getting super dense in our areas, like our target areas, which are right where we are based out of, we felt like it wasn't beneficial for our business to continue driving significant amounts of time for 5 customers here, 5 customers there. So I reached out to other scoopers in the area and just said, if you could take on these customers, I would be super thankful. They're great. We just can't service them. We can, but it doesn't make sense for us to be doing all this driving.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you said that you followed everything in the Poop Scoop Millionaire community. So can you kind of walk us through that? Like, how did you get these customers?
Um, so yeah, I mean, we started researching the company back in October. So we joined PSM in October. So we went through every single course. We read every single item, my brother-in-law and I. So my partner is my brother-in-law. So he and I went through everything. We set up everything as not perfect, but as well as we could to lay the foundation to make sure we were ready to hit the ground running for January 1st. We attended multiple calls a week, just engaged almost daily on the forum saying like, this is what we're going to try. Have you guys had success with this? And really utilized all of the PSM vetted vendors as well.
Mhm.
So I don't know if we want to get into that now, but we really, I mean, using Hunter for Facebook, Hunter Conley for Facebook, that's been game changer for us. We use Sam Morris for our Google ads, also been game changer. In terms of reviews, we use Clay with Review Harvest. He's been amazing. But pretty much just, using everyone that they refer, like every vendor on PSM is top notch, amazing. Just really diving in and soaking up as much knowledge as we can. I think I spent far too many hours that I'd like to admit on PSM, but all the information's there. So
Well,
definitely worth it.
it's paying off, because that's literally the number one question I get is, how do you get customers? And for me, this is kind of new territory for me, because I personally have never put money into paid ads until this year. I've just built my business organically. So, were you said you were using Hunter for the paid ads. Can you talk about that a little bit? Like how much you're spending on ads and what kind of, whatever you want to offer up
Yeah,
information.
sure. So trying to think how I should answer this question, but so we basically were able to get in with Hunter. He's a super busy person, but amazing with Facebook, just knows how to make it work. I would say, so let's see, last month on Facebook we spent about $4,500. That was just last month alone. I think we spent about 10,000 life to date, but our customer acquisition cost has been pretty low, so under $100 per customer, which, as we know right now, for lifetime value of a customer of Pooch Scoop, they're worth about $1,200. So if the more customers we could get at that customer acquisition cost, we just kept pushing it. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like a math equation, is how we were coached. I also won a couple of those calls and was able to talk to Levi one-on-one, and he was like, it's a numbers game. If you're getting customers at that number, just keep doubling down. So we actually haven't taken a dollar to pay ourselves yet. We've reinvested 100% of what we've made into ads. And it's really, really been worthwhile. So, yeah, like I said, from the beginning, it's about 50% of our customers have come from Facebook, 30% from Google. We actually have a pretty high retention rate from yard signs. We get about 10% of our customer from yard signs, which I know is not the norm. I think the norm in
No.
the industry is about 1.9 or 2%. But for some reason, I think because it's such a new service in our area that people are curious, they scan the QR code and they sign up. And then the rest of our customers are either referrals or from our the truck wrap.
Yeah, and your truck wrap looks pretty sweet. You did
Thanks.
good.
Thanks.
So from what I'm hearing, you had money to invest into the business. It's not like you came into this broke where you're like, this is my last $1,000.
Well, we might be there now.
Because there are some people I'm some people where I got into this and I just had like $1,000 to put into it. So I love that you had money to invest into the ads, so you were able to hit the ground running and you're able to get those customers fast. But here's the thing is, so okay, you're getting the leads, right? But you still have to have the conversation with them when they come in. So how quickly are you responding back to the customers once they reach out to you?
Within 60 seconds, speed to lead. I remember what William said. So I'm like a crazy person. When my phone dings, if it's not in my hand, I start running.
Yeah.
And I think that really is, I mean, I think there's so much value in that. If I can get to the customer within 60 seconds, send them like good after, like depending on the time of day. Good morning. How are you today? Just a few quick questions and I can provide you with a quote. And then, they'll write back, great. Okay. And I try to make it more personalized as well. And versus just when I was first starting out, I wasn't doing a very good job with the leads, and Hunter kind of coached me. You can't just say, I would just say, oh, one dog is this much per month. Would you like to sign up? I had no idea what I was doing. I've never been in sales. So as soon as I took his advice, changed the way I was doing my leads, I'm converting like 8 out of 10 leads that I get from Facebook, which I think is pretty crazy. But I think I so after I say, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, then I say a little bit about us. We're family owned, right here in Westerville, Ohio, locally operated. We have over 85-star reviews if you want to see what our great customers are saying about us. And then I just kind of say, I just kind of transition in to make it more like we're local, we're here to serve you. Like this is what we stand for. Customer service is number one. just kind of going into all those kinds of things. And the customers are really kind and write back like, wow, we did see your reviews. They're great. All that kind of stuff, which makes us feel pretty good.
Well, I love that you're hitting all of the things. You have an ad specialist that's doing that for you. You're building those Google reviews, which is so important. And a lot of owners overlook this. My husband, to be exact, like he goes out and does excellent work. He still has the same amount of reviews that he had like at the end of last year. Because I'm like, Josh, why are you not asking for the review? Why are you not doing what you need to do? And he says, I know. And he's not alone. I know so many business owners that do that. So I love that you're doing that. You have the website, you're doing the speed to lead, you're being personable. You're killing it. I love this.
Well, thank you. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
what's your
Everything I
average?
learned from here, though, I knew nothing before PSM, so it was just an idea that my brother-in-law had.
I'm so grateful for this community. When I got started, I mean, it was the Wild West. I didn't know. There was a little bit of content, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna start being the content because there's nothing out there. So why not? So it's
Well, and you're
really
killing
cool.
it with
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. So it's really cool just to even have this conversation with you and another female in the industry. Um, I love it. Okay. What's your average ticket price right now per subscription?
So we start at 96 for one dog
Okay.
for monthly service. And then so 96, 106, 116, and then 124 for four dogs for weekly service. We do offer twice per month service, which that starts at 59, sorry, 59, and goes up to 79 for four dogs.
Do you have a huge like variation of yard sizes? What's the average yard size?
Our average yard size is under a quarter of an acre. That's what we base all of our pricing on. We do have 4 or 5 customers right now that have half-acre yards. So that has been a little bit challenging, but we just explain, our pricing is set on a quarter of an acre. Your yard is gorgeous, it's huge. In order for us to do the best job we can, we need to change your rate to, we bump it up a percentage based on their yard size. And we haven't had any customer pushback because they can see how much time David's taking out there in the yard and how much work it is. And then with that said, I think also those larger yards, they give really big tips, which I never thought tips were a thing in this industry. I mean, you're the one that actually told me about tips. But yeah, the tips keep rolling in. It's kind of crazy for those larger yards.
I, I love tips. Like
Yeah.
last year around Christmas time, Charles got so much money in tips. I'm like, dang, that's amazing.
Yeah. It's crazy. Some people leave $50 every visit. I'm like, that's crazy. I
Is it
mean,
like a specific area?
Um, not, I mean, I would say it's in a little bit the like the nicer areas that we service. Um, but I also do think it's just they see how hard David's out there working and how kind he is. Like he goes above and beyond. I mean, for example, we have a lot of elderly customers that are we have someone recovering from a double lung transplant. We have someone with a hip replacement, a knee replacement. So he really goes above and beyond when he's out in the field. He'll take their trash cans in. He goes and does the front of the yard, even if they're only paying for the back. If there's random trash that is blown into the yard after trash day, like he picks that all up. He always is out there, super kind. Just he owns restaurants. That's his background, so he's just very good with the customers. They love him. But he just really, really goes above and beyond. And I think that shows through in our customer reviews as well.
Yeah, that's really important. So with him, he's doing 110 yards right now, you said, right?
Yeah.
So he's getting close to where you guys are going to have to hire. Have you hired somebody else yet, or are you looking?
Yes, we actually just hired a part-time scooper starting on Monday. So we're
Woo!
very, very excited to get him some help because it's a lot, as you know.
Oh yeah, I'm back in the field now. I was like last week I was out of the field, and then my technician quit, and I'm back in the field. I'm like, here we go, back to it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's a lot. It's a lot
yeah,
of work out there.
it is. Well, it sounds like you've had a lot of success. It's been pretty quick. I'm super proud of you. But it's not a highlight reel. There's issues. So what would you say, what was the main problem that you've had so far?
Um, the biggest problem, I know we kind of already touched on it, but I think growing so quickly to where we couldn't actually service how large of an area we had started with. So that was a pretty big issue in the beginning. I would say the biggest issue coming into this that we had no idea was we thought that scooping the poop was the hard part. We
No.
had no idea about the systems that you have to set in place, the CRMs that you need, just all the software, the background operations, the route optimizing, getting the sweep and go up and ready to go, like running your Facebook ads, running your Instagram, running Google, getting Google My Business set up. Like I had no idea. And I also didn't have not used Facebook my entire life. So it's been a huge learning curve. We were like, okay, if we can figure out how to clean a yard, we got this. But that was actually
The
the
easiest
easiest
part.
part. I mean, physically, it's the hardest part. But I think all the other things that go with it that you have no clue are what you're about to be hit head on with. I think that has been the hardest and most difficult. But lots of calls with Sweep and Go and Augie have helped us with that. Lots of calls with Mark Groomer, getting our website set up. Lots of calls with Hunter to help me understand how to analyze the Facebook analytics. Same thing with Sam Morris on Google. There's just so much to learn. And I come from a corporate background, so I felt like I felt like I was pretty savvy with technology, and this made me feel like I know nothing, like nothing. So yeah, it's been a learning curve for sure.
And it's easy. It's easy to go out there and scoop. And what I call it is like hiding out in your business because the other stuff can be very stressful. Because, as you know, some days everything is running so smooth, and other days it's just like, what is actually happening right now? And I went through that phase where I didn't feel like dealing with like the boss lady stuff. So I would hide in the field scooping because I could just scoop. I didn't have to worry about the nonsense. Um, and so I'm really happy that you were able to kind of get through all of that and you learned it. And you're like, all right, we're coming out on top.
Yeah. I mean, we did go through where our Facebook was locked for 2 months and we had to completely redo it. We already had reviews on Facebook, but we had to completely shut down that page and restart a brand new one, like after 2 months of working on ads and doing all that. So that was also unexpected, but I think just a growing pain that a lot of people experience, whether it's that or the Google My Business verification. There's just so many steps along the way where you don't know if you're going to make it through or you're going to have a 2 month hold up. So,
Well, and what's really nice is with all of this, you have the people within the Poop Scoop Millionaire community to lean on and be like, dude, like what's happening right now? And you have somebody that's further along than you that's like, it's fine. It's an easy fix.
yeah.
And that's what's really like calming about being part of the community.
Totally. That's why I say
Yeah.
PSM is my happy place because if I'm like feeling down or feeling overwhelmed, I just go on there and I love seeing like everyone else's journeys and people will say or like I got my first customer today and it's just so nice to like see other people going through the courses, like utilizing all the
Mhm.
materials and seeing success as well. But yeah, whenever I'm down, I always say to Mike Caston, like on the Thursday calls, I'm like, this is my happy place, honestly, because people are all like such hard workers. Everyone wants to learn, everyone wants to share. It's such a positive community. And yeah, and it's fun too. I don't know. I've found so much. I think coming out of a 20-year corporate career where I was with people all the time, like talking all the time, in meetings all the time with people, and now working for ourselves, being at home and not having people to talk to other than, the customers, it just really has been a great place. Like and this morning I was like, just thinking about a couple questions. So I went on and like posted a couple things this morning and I'm already getting so many replies back. It's just so nice to know that if you have any question, like you said, there's an answer.
Yeah.
Someone will help you.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's amazing. So if there's somebody that's watching this and they're thinking about getting started, what's some advice that you would give them to kind of get the ball rolling?
I would say just take the first step. I mean, I would say for anyone starting, get a PSM membership immediately. Number one. and then just really take it step by step, day by day. I think if you look at everything you have to do, it's super overwhelming. But if you kind of lay it out, like I need to get my my LLC, I need to get my EIN, I need to get my website, I need to get. If you just slowly, or even like the weekly goal, which is why I like the calls that Mike Caston has on Thursday, where we have kind of an accountability group, and they say, okay, this week, and we're all at different places in our journey. Like I was on those calls back in October, being like, I don't have a logo, and people were there like, oh, we love this. That's such a great idea. Just, having that call. And then I'd say, okay, and next week I'm going to have my logo. And then it was like, and next week I'm going to have my website. So I really think just taking it day by day, don't look at the whole picture yet. Just do like slowly, chip away, one thing at a time, 1 week at a time. But PSM for sure, and engage in those calls, engage in the forums. I think if you just get on there and read the courses, you'd be in good shape. But if you're not utilizing the value that they truly have to offer, which I think is, all the calls and all the conversations.
I actually went through Levi's course last night on the hiring because I needed to rehire because my new technician ghosted me. And I was like, well, I know exactly where to go.
Maybe I need to read that one today then, since I mean, we do have someone starting Monday, but our last one ghosted us. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally. Absolutely. Now you had said there was a lot of things that you didn't know that were going to be so hard. You thought scooping was going to be the hardest. Is there anything else that you can think of that you wish somebody would have told you when you first got started? You're like, that was definitely missed.
Hmm. Gosh, that's hard. I mean, I think probably the weight that social media has on this business is something I wish someone would have told me, because being someone who only ran like a personal Instagram page for, the last 15 years that just highlights my kids, I had no idea how important. And you have to have Facebook, you have to have Instagram, you have to like have videos, you have to have social, you just have to have a presence, or they just won't find you. So I didn't realize, yeah, the value of social media.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I got started with because I didn't have money. So I was like, I'm just going to have to make some videos. I don't know. We're just going to have to figure this one out. But I'm glad that you're saying that because there's a lot of people out there that don't think social media is a big deal or they want to stay away from it because of the drama. You got to be on there.
Well, and there's haters everywhere. We, you know, there's haters on every Facebook page. I have it all the time.
Yeah. Before
And
we
I
wrap
think
this one up, do you have one hater or comment that like lives rent free in your brain?
I have so many. I have one person who I've now figured out how to block his IP address, but ever since December, I've never worked with him. I gave him a quote one time, and he posts on every single ad and every single post I post. These people are losers. They suck. Their prices are outrageous. Um, don't use them. And then actually now my customers have been, before I figured out how to block him, my customers have been writing back to him like, they are amazing. Have you seen how many 5-star Google reviews they have? Like, because I wanted to just delete him at first, but advice from the PSM community was it shows more value if you just reply to it, and say, I'm really sorry you feel that way. However, so just really trying. There's a lot of trolls out there, but just trying to respond to them professionally and with data. I think there's also some other people that like to write, because we have some ads that just say got dog poop, and they're like, yeah, doesn't everyone? And like lizard poop and snake poop and bat poop, and what's the difference? We just let it all rot in the yard. So there's actually someone who, I don't know the definition of what his title is, but he's on PSM, and he's some kind of environmentalist engineer. He knows like all the terms about soil and waste and what it's actually composed of. So he actually helped me write like a really educational response, and I've never had one of those again. It was pretty long, but I
That's
mean,
amazing. I got somebody on my YouTube channel right now telling me I should compost it. So
oh,
I I would love a response like that.
Oh, I can give you one because I forget what he's called. But yeah, he was super smart and knows like what soil is composed of. They're like soil is 100% waste. And I'm like, well, that's actually not true, but I needed to like research it.
Yeah.
So I went to PSM and I'm like, "Hey, I need help with this negative Nancy on my on my Facebook." But yeah, it really stopped it. And then people have actually written like, "This is so eye-opening. I had no idea." So now I've been trying to do like sprinkle in educational things in our posts, like in the organic ones we do, just to kind of change it up. Like we do fun and sassy, and then we'll do like this is more educational of why you need us, all of those kinds of things.
Okay. Well, actually, I have another follow up with that one. So you're running your ads, and then you have organic posts. So you said fun and sassy. You're doing educational, and then how often are you posting on social?
At least once a day, if not twice. And then we post it in the Facebook groups, like all the mom groups I post in. Um, we have like I live in Westerville, so it's like Westerville in the know, New Albany in the know, Dublin in the know. So I post in all of those and I kind of rewrite, like I don't recreate the ad, but I just retarget it like to them, or I target it in all the mom groups I'm in. I just say like, "Hey, all you moms, like, the area that I'm in is full of busy professionals, like both parents working full-time jobs and having kids in sports, having kids, just they're busy. They have a lot to do. And, being able to target and say, hey, if you could take this, 25-minute weekly thing off your plate, let us do it for you. You can take that time to be with your kids, be, spending more time with your animals. So I think just really hitting home with all that stuff helps a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, it's working for you. You already have 110 customers and what, a little under 5 months. So you're killing it.
Thank
Woo.
you. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
exciting.
Well, I appreciate your time. I know you got a lot going on, so I won't keep you too long. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you so much, Erica.
All
Such an
right. And
honor.
I'll see you in the Poop Scoop Millionaire group.
Sounds great. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.